Let us begin with that chanting. I will recite the first line, then you can repeat along with me. Om Mano Buddha Ahamkara Chittani Nacha Shutra Juve Nacha Krana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhuvi Na Tejo Na Vayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. We are discussing why we should meditate. The meditation, even in the Mohenjo-daro Harappa, that was nearly 4,000 years before, 5,000 years before, even then we find after the excavation, some of the images that is in a meditation posture. They are sitting over there in a meditation posture. That means the meditation, the process of meditation was known even in that time. Some people, they try to say that from the Lord Buddha, the meditation has been introduced into society. But Lord Buddha was 650 years before Jesus Christ. Long, long back, before Buddha, this meditation was there. In our last class, the 2nd June, we have discussed why can't we meditate? What is our problem? Why can't we control our mind? When we sit for meditation, our mind is going here and there. Why? Answer was desire. Vasana. In Sanskrit it's called Vasana. Bhagavan Buddha is telling Tanha, Pipasha, and all this way it is explained in that way. And from Dhammapad, Lankavata Sutra, we have quoted, and they say, Chittameva vimuchyate. The problem is the desire. Where is the desire? In the mind. But at the same time, the mind can get free from the desire. Chittameva vimuchyate. It can get freedom from that. And the Sri Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is telling, where this desire, they remain. What is the seat of this desire? Seat of the bondage, seat of all the problem. Then Sri Krishna is telling, Indriyani mana buddhi asya adhishthana uchyate. Indriya, mana and buddhi. So within this psyche, the psychology as we call it, it is the mana, mind. But inside the mind, when you segregate different type of actions of mind, then we find all this differentiation of mana, buddhi, chitta, ahamkara. Then indriyas. Indriyas means our eyes, our ear, our nose. So they go enjoy the object. Indriyani mano buddhi. And those who want to, trying to meditate, trying to control the mind, what they will do? They must try to control this. And when this was asked to Arjuna, Sri Krishna asked Arjuna, that you have to control your mind. A personality like Arjuna was such a strong character, and he said, it is not possible. Asham Shayam Mahabaho. Then Sri Krishna is answering, it's true, you are correct. Arjuna said, you are asking to control the ear, grasping the ear. It's not possible. It is that difficult to control the mind. Any one of us who have tried to do it, we know it. It's so difficult. I think I told you that story, that young king, the young prince, he used to see that his father is giving a lot of respect and giving food to a person who is constantly sitting in the temple. He is not doing any work. So the young man, the prince, used to think the father is making a mistake. The people who are working so hard, father is not giving so much of respect or food and all this, but why he should give so much respect to this person? When I become the king, the first thing that I will do, I will remove this person from our kingdom. Then when he became king, his father died and he became king, and the first thing he wanted to do is that he came and said, sir, long time you are sitting over here without doing anything. And because my father, he used to respect you, I didn't say anything. Now you have to go away. You are not doing any work. Either you do the work or go away. Then he said, son, I am constantly doing the work. Very difficult work. Difficult work? You don't move. You don't get up. You are sitting here constantly. And that is exactly what I am doing. Come, sit here and I will try to explain. The boy naturally is seeing that elderly person sitting. So he also sat, close your eyes. He closed his eyes and after some time opened, what? And that is the thing, you will get the answer. Close your eyes, quietly sit. After 1 or 2 minutes he jumped and said, it is impossible, I cannot do it. And that is the thing I am doing. And that's why your father used to respect me so much. You also try to do that. Bring food. So that is the thing. The controlling the mind is the greatest and toughest thing in this whole world. We can do so many things. That is what Arjuna is telling. It is impossible. Krishna is telling, it is difficult but not impossible. Asham Shayam Mahabaho Brana Durnigraham Chalam. But if you try, you can be successful. If you are trying, you will surely be successful. So here, we have to be determined. The first thing for meditation is determined. I have to take the resolution, determination. I am going to control my senses. And then only all this process will come. And because all people are going over there, and because the media is telling, so then also I go over there. There's a beautiful, huge hall. All people are sitting over there. Somebody, one standing over there and saying, close your eyes and then hold your nose and blow the nose like 3 times. What will that do? That will be a sort of a exercise, but not meditation. Swami Vivekananda, when he used to meditate, some of his people, they're telling, the whole thing used to change. It was in Kashi, Benares, and very cold winter. Then one gentleman who was with Swami Vivekananda, he entered into the room, a sitting room in a parlor. He saw there, in that cold, Vivekananda, totally without any clothings, with kaupina, is sitting over there on the couch, straight, and whole body is glowing like the silver, as if he had slowly turning into as a snow. And this man got so much afraid, he came out. And then afterwards he understood that was the meditation. The meditation is totally different. This picture that Swami Vivekananda is sitting is a meditation posture. And completely he is meditating, absorbed, forgetting the whole world. including his body. Sri Ramakrishna, he said, this picture of Sri Ramakrishna is the highest meditative condition, but he is with open eyes. Vivekananda with closed eyes, look at it, and Sri Ramakrishna with open eye. But at the same time, he himself said, this is a very high spiritual condition. Meditation means the mind is totally absorbed in the higher sphere of our thought. And what is that? Slowly we'll come to know. And that where we have to reach. These senses, they are collecting the information, the first process. Senses means our this jnana indriya. That is the main problem. Jnana indriya, chakshu, karna, nashika, jiva and tak. They are going and eating. That is called ahara. But we have made a mistake. In our country now, ahara means only food. There is only one part. Another 4 parts are there. Through eye, through nose, through ear, through skin. We are all ahara. Collecting. Ahara means collection. And collecting what? All the information. Rupa, rasa, sabda, sparsha, gandha. All the information is coming. And going where? All they are pouring in the mind. And mind, you can understand. Our previous day we were discussing. Only one things is there for the deer, for the elephant, for the fish. And because of that they are dying. And the Nara Panchaviranjito Kim. And the human being is having all the 5. Think of the condition of the human being. And this mind, turbulent mind, we have to control. How? Cutting the supply. The war, the first thing that they do, try to cut the supply. Those who are fighting in the front, if you are cutting the supply at their back, what they will do? Slowly they will die. So that is the reason we have to cut. Ahara suddhi, satta suddho. Satta suddhi, dhruvasmati, etc. The first is controlling the food. And there, at present day, in our country, the people are making mistake, only concentrating on food. What type of food we are eating, who is cooking, in what water they are boiling, who is serving, when we are eating. Swami Vivekananda, the yogi himself, he became so frustrated and so angry. He said, do you think you have the religion? All your religion is now in kitchen. No, that is not. That is not true. That is only one part. It's true. Some people who are not very pure, that means who are very selfish type of people, if they are giving you something, the touch also brings some, but that is very small portion. Mainly we collect through our eyes and all that. Then we go on thinking, brooding, and then suddenly we put off the light and sit and try to meditate. Is it possible? So that is the first thing. Edai vimahayatesha jnana avrit dehinam. Dehinam means the person. His jnana, his knowledge, his discrimination is covered by what? This maya they call in one word. Shankaracharya is telling, it's maya. Maya means this delusion. And what is that delusion? Attractions for this world. There are so many things. When you see, we think, oh, this is so good. There's a very beautiful young girl was sitting in the hospital. We also went for some reason. One of our senior Swami was there. Seeing us, all the young brahmacharyans, he said, look at that girl. I don't know, what is it? He's asking us to look at the girl. We usually don't do that. Then he said, see, the doctor is coming. See what happens. And when she opened the mouth, doctor was observing inside the mouth, my God, almost all the teeth and inside the mouth, horrible. Only the skin is good, but inside is horrible. So Swamiji and others is telling skin deep civilization. Only that much, and then if you go inside, so that is the discrimination we have to understand. With all the beauty that you see, for only for a few days, it's nothing. You will sometimes, it so happen, out of compassion, people get attracted. They think, I must have to do it. He was practicing meditation for such a long time, but suddenly, just out of compassion, one rishi got attached. So this type of things happen. That is anything very, very, very special. This is the way that our whole world is working in that, and that is where we have to fight. That is the thing we have to understand. So our knowledge is to discrimination, to understand the reality of it, and we have to behave in that way. That's why vasana, kama, tanha, desire, all this is different words, the same thing they are pointing out. But how to overcome? Shankaracharya, he is suggesting, do not forget that these worldly objects, though very attractive, are in a deadly, they are like deadly poisonous snakes, bisha, that is vena. Doshena tibba vishaya, Krishna sharpa vishadapi. Doshena tibra vishaya, that you have to constantly think of all these things that you see. Krishna sharpa vishadapi. It is dangerous, even much more dangerous than the black cobra. Again and again you have to communicate with the spirit. He said, Ma Sharada advised, go on repeating the name of God. Very simple way. How many times you will go on thinking and all this? Then it will be very difficult. Sometimes there's a good food is there. Then if you go on discussing about and discriminating, oh, the food is having this and then I may be attracted, you cannot eat. So there are difficulties about this, but Mahasarada says, do whatever you are doing. In whatever position, in whatever situation you are working, there's no problem. Only go on taking the name of God, the simplest, the easiest, but most perfect system of overcoming, controlling the senses. Go on taking the name of God, repeating, repeating, repeating. And as we are reading in every Tuesday, Panchama Veda, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is also advising repetition of God's name. And at the same time, thinking the quality of God. And this too, slowly, it will reach our ahamkara. Now, Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving another thing, and along with this, he is turning all the senses towards God. If you turn the senses towards God, then the first and foremost thing is our ego, our ahamkara, all generating from ahamkara, that is the base. And if I become proud, egoistic, by saying, I am the child of God, there's nothing wrong. I, the child of God. I am the child of God constantly. Then immediately, you will feel, I cannot do this type of thing. Criticizing others, constantly finding fault with others, and doing something which is not. Being a son of God, how can I do all these things? I should not, I cannot. That is exactly what we see in the life of Jesus Christ. I am the Son of God, he declared. And whatever happened, he gave it to God only. Prayed to God only, and complained to God only, but never he complained to any other person. That is the turning the ego towards God. And God for the devotees is dualist, but the Brahman, the same God, it becomes Brahman for the Advaitins, monist. But I should not say same God, because theologically, philosophically, there are differences. Then consciousness for the yogi, and Shiva for the tantrikas. The different approach, separate names, but the goal is the same. One, absolute consciousness. Now presently science is also trying to understand this aspect of the manifestation, consciousness. And one main finding from the biopsychological research conducted so far is that consciousness has 4 levels of hierarchy. The science is trying to describe. The lowest level of consciousness related to the body. And their consciousness is not the science consciousness is not the consciousness of the yogi. Here they are trying to find out one type of consciousness is there in the body. So this is the lowest consciousness. Science, they are telling that type of what, like hunger, anger, thirst, sleep, rest, all these things is a type of consciousness. This is the first level of consciousness. In this level, 2 streams of consciousness, it may be called mental, as mental originated from the central cortex. And this consciousness may be called as mental consciousness. And it separates human from animal and others. This mental consciousness, separating the human from the animals and others. Of these 2 streams, one is connected with the left half of the cortex and develop logical faculty, and the other is emotional, related with the right half of the cortex. In our brain, right and left at the back, and it is connecting like this, crossing, and that is, one is logical, another is emotional. So that we see in our life. Some people are logical, some people are very, very emotional. So that is there. The second level of consciousness is called by biopsychologists as worldly consciousness. And when worldly consciousness, the second stage of consciousness, gets refined by practical intelligence, then it reaches the third stage of consciousness. It's called emotional intelligent consciousness. According to the science, emotional intelligent consciousness. This consciousness, here they are explaining about different type of mental attitudes, activities. So they are giving the name as consciousness. And here, emotionally intelligent consciousness, we can, just by the name we can understand what they mean. They are emotional, but at the same time they are discriminating. And this is the condition of the mind, and that's called the third stage. And the fourth level is called logical and emotional combining and becoming spiritual consciousness. This is a hypothesis. There they could not reach. There they could not explain properly. The first level of consciousness, according to science, presently science, is called body consciousness, or you can call it mind consciousness. Second level, they are calling worldly consciousness, aware about the property, the name, fame, this, that. That's called worldly consciousness. And then when it is really getting real, some of the refined thing, and then slowly it is going to the third consciousness stage, emotionally intelligent consciousness. And fourth, they are telling logical, emotional mixed together, becoming spiritual consciousness. This conscious level gets activated when one does something without any selfish motive. This is the writer concluding that this fourth level of consciousness gets activated when someone is doing something unselfishly. In spiritual conscious, one love, help, serve, cooperate in truest sense of the term. So here one should reach, and that is why Swami Vivekananda is telling we have to take people to that stage where there will be no Quran, no Bible, no Tripitaka, no Veda. And this is the condition. Here automatically people will be friendly, people will be helpful, because that conscious level, that is why it is a hypothetical condition, and they are thinking if people can reach over there. Why they are thinking like this? What is the basis of it? The life of the great personalities, spiritual personalities. The Buddha, the Christ, the Sri Ramakrishna, the Chaitanya, Guru Nanak, and all that we host of people that we see, they are giving their life for others without expecting anything. This is called fourth level. And there is a fifth level of consciousness. It's called by the scientists cosmic consciousness. This is beyond the body-mind complex. It's the cosmic consciousness. In this level, consciousness crosses over the boundary of senses, mind, and reaches supersensory regions. Not yet very clearly known to the scientists even. They are hypothetically, they are thinking that this way we can, but they are going after one after another. Fifth consciousness, you see how the Vedanta, all the religious people, majority of the religions that we see, they only practice rituals and then morality. I again and again say, there are three stages: ritual, morality, spirituality. In the religion, in every religion, these are the three stages. But very few they have explained the spirituality. Why? Difficult. Why? Because you have to realize yourself. Otherwise you cannot. If you go on telling someone about something, unless and until he goes over there, sees, and otherwise he won't understand it. So that is the reason again and again Bhagavan Buddha is telling, come and test the religion yourself. Why you are waiting over there, listening to these people, trying to understand religion? Realize it yourself. And in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Atmadipo Bhava. You become the own light, then you will understand. This is called cosmic condition, when it is reaching over there. When scientists are explaining in their own way, consciousness and this level, etc., Vedantists are convinced that consciousness, in its essential nature, is not a state of mind. This is the difference between the scientific consciousness, the explanation, and Vedanta. Vedanti are very clear. They are telling it is no state of mind. Consciousness is totally different. It is supreme spirit. It is ultimate. It is the reality. It is the self-existent, and it is self-shining. It is real on its own authority. Whether you believe it or not, whether you can prove it or not, it is real. Real in its own authority. This is the Vedantin view of consciousness. We are discussing about the consciousness today because here we have to reach back. This Supreme Spirit is the essence of each and everything. Look at us. When we are born, we are so happy, the families are so happy, and then slowly grow up, and then one day we die. So this is the whole circle. We know the destination. What is going to happen to you? Death. Ultimately. What else? But we are afraid to tell it. Why? Because we think that is the end of it. No. That is not the end of it. Abhayam. The abhaya, that means understanding this truth, is not the end. The beginning of another circle. That's all. So this is the thing when we understand that this super spirit, supreme spirit, is the essence of it. Doesn't die, it never changes. It is continuous, and that is reflecting within us. And consciously, by controlling our senses, our desire, our ego, we have to go back to this knowledge, and that is the whole of yoga. The Supreme Consciousness, all-pervading, is present within every individual. As conscious self, the knower, the goal of meditation is to reach and to know the knower. The Vedanta and other famous path leading to the God realization, and similarly, the Tantra also. What Tantra is telling, it's a very famous path of with another path to realize God, Tantra. There are three major roads. It's called Rajmarg. The first marg is Vedanta, then it is Tantra, and then it is Vaishnava. It's coming from Vishnu. And the Vishnu is having two avatars, Rama and Krishna. So those who are worshipping Rama, Vaishnava, Krishna, Vaishnava, Vishnu they are worshipping. These are our Hindu temple worshipping Vishnu, Vaishnava. From Vishnu, Vaishnava. There are three major paths. Then Ganapata, the worshipper of Ganesha. Then Shaiva, worshipper of Shiva. And all this. But it is all comes under Tantra again. So three major paths in Hindu philosophy. First is Vedanta, Vedika. Second is Tantra, and third is Vaishnava. So this way, the Tantra is telling the theology of Tantra, pure consciousness is Shiva. In a nice way they are explaining it. And that is why majority of the people can understand Tantra better. Of course, nowadays Tantra has become almost the synonyms of black magic. It is nothing with the black magic. It's the easiest way, simplest way, active way. Vedanta means only you have to go on thinking, pondering, and then you are reaching. Tantra means in an active way. And then activity, through activity you are reaching over there. They say the pure consciousness does nothing actually. It's simply there, just like Shiva. If you can imagine the image of Shiva and Kali, the Shiva is simply lying like this. In Dakshinesha, where Sri Ramakrishna is worshipped, if you can get the picture of that Mother Kali, you will see the Shiva very nicely sleeping. He is on his back, he is lying, both the hands is like this, he won't do any work. And just like that he is lying, but he is the consciousness, pure consciousness. And then slowly that Shiva, that consciousness is getting awakening. And when it is awakening, it's looking at the eye of the mother. They are giving in a shape so that we can understand it. Same Shiva awakening, when awakening, taking as if the shape of a mother, woman. And the mother is looking at the Shiva, and Shiva is looking at the mother. That means slowly getting awakened, and finally the mother standing on Shiva, on consciousness and working. The consciousness is there, is essential, and then only we can work. Otherwise not. But consciousness itself do not work. That is the main. So theologically, Shiva is the pure consciousness, and Shakti, the Kali, the power of Shiva is called Shakti. Why mother? Because creation, all creation is coming. So we have thought, that's the motherly body, is a woman body. So the creation and the preservation, again mother. So again destruction goes to the womb again, back to that. So that is the only thing, conception, but nothing, no relation with male or female. Shiva is not male and Kali is not female. It was only for the understanding, then when we can understand this is the life force, Jivani Shakti. The human body, in a human body, this life force remains. Then again the yogis, they are telling this life force remains in the Muladhara. In the Muladhara is down last point of the spinal cord. Mula Adhara. Adhara means the place where it is remaining. And that is the Mula, means root. The root, the power, it is remaining in a human body or any in a living body. That is this, the spinal cord, last point, and that is very important. That's why the yogis, they always sit straight, so that the line becomes straight. And that Shakti, that power, it comes straight to the head. It's called Sahasrara. Now, Tantra, they say, Muladhara Shakti is the Shakti at Prakriti, Mother, coming straight up to Shiva and meeting the Shiva. Yogi, they say, this Sahasrara is the place where God remains, consciousness remains. So the Jiva or Jivatma, Jiva Atma, the consciousness, small part of consciousness, is coming through that and meeting the Supreme Consciousness, like a drop of water coming and mingling with the ocean. That is the ultimate stage. When Shakti comes up from Muladhara, marches in Sahasrara, it's called Laya, dissolution. And Bhagavan Sri Ram, that is the highest stage of yoga. And Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna said, when this happened, the yogi remained only for 21 days. So think before practicing meditation. If we are successful in bringing up the Muladhara Shakti to the Sahasrara, then the highest level of life will be 21 days. Afterwards, the body becomes dry like a dry leaf and fall. Why? Because all attraction for the body goes away. The same thing happened in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Why we should read the life of Sri Ramakrishna? Because there we find all the examples, living examples. He practiced all the three paths. He practiced as a Vaishnava because in their home they used to worship Rama. Rama Lala, small Ram, Bacha Ram. And then when he came as a 16, 17 years young man to Dakshineshwar, he became the Pujari of Krishna, this Vaishnava. Then he became the Pujari of Kali, Shakta, Tantra. And he practiced all the Tantra methods. In Tantra there are methods there. In the Tantra, they always like to give the Birachara. Bira means hero. And who is hero? Who can control his mind? How we can prove? Give all the temptations before him. And there's nothing happening in his mind. All the temptations that the people are mad after that. So that should be there. But the Bira, but what happens when the people go for practicing that? And they fall, because majority of them can't control. That's why this is the Panchamakara, that is the thing. So this is where this consciousness coming. Consciousness is one, but it has double existence, or aspect we can say. This is very interesting. When Swami Vivekananda is telling each soul is potentially divine, just as an emotionally he is telling. Sometimes when you say, oh, you are so good. And actually we are not liking it at all. It's not like that. It is not only to encourage, it is the truth. How? The consciousness, it has two aspects, though it is actually one, but it is as if divided into two. One is transcendental, another is immanent. When this transcendental, it's called Paramatma. And when it is immanent, it's called Jiva Atma. Paramatma, Jivatma. This Paramatma is formless, is all pervading, everywhere. And that's why the Semitic religion again and again, as they say, La ilaha illallah, God is without form, God is one without second. That's true, correct. Christianity also says God is only one. But Buddhism says there is only consciousness. Hinduism is telling Ekam Sat, Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Sat is one. Only Vipra means people. They call it in different names. When a child is born, particularly in our country, we have seen how many names will be given. So many names for the child. Then this grandmother will call the child in one name, and grandfather in another name, mother in another name, father in another name, and by giving the name there will be conflict and in the family also. There's so many things. But the person is one and he is not concerned about the name. The child never cares about the name. He is only just roaming here and there, happy with the candy. But the others are so concerned about the name. So similarly, Ekam Sat, Vipra, Bahudha Vadanti. They call in different names. So this Paramatma is formless, but Jivatma is with form. This Nama and Rupa is the form. This Paramatma is called Purusha. In the Shankha philosophy, it's called Purusha. And Purusha doesn't mean, in the Sanskrit, Purusha means the male body. No, it has nothing to do with the male body. Pura means the house, the residence, where that is there inside the residence. Who is there residing is called Pura, Puravashi, Nagari and all that. This Pura means the residence. The one who is residing is Purusha. So these are the conceptions we must have very, very clear first before we approach. And who is there inside? That's consciousness. Only consciousness. In the Rabindranath Tagore, in one of his poems, very nicely is writing, everybody is thinking that I am getting the honor. When the people are coming and touching the feet of the Swami, and then Swami may think, oh, they are honoring me. It's not you. It's not the Swami. It's the dress or the personality of God that is residing. They are paying respect to it. Similarly, when the chariot was going, all thousands and millions of people, they are assembled and they are prostrating on the road itself, lying down. Then the road is thinking, they are worshipping me. The road is very happy. And this Ratha, the chariot is thinking, no, it is me. See, I am going, so they are all following me. It is me only. And the image that is there inside the Ratha, it's thinking it is me. It's not the Ratha of the road. It is me. But the consciousness is smiling. It's okay. No problem. Ratha Jatra, Lokaranna, Mahadhum Dham. In Bengali, he is writing. The Ratha Jatra means the chariot festival is going on. Thousands of millions of people have come. Bhaktara lutai pathe koriche pranam. The devotees, they are prostrating on the road, offering pranam. Bhaktara lutai pathe koriche pranam. Rath bhave ami de. The chariot is thinking, I am the Lord. Path bhave ami. The road is thinking it is me. Murti bhave ami de. The image is thinking it is me. Hashin antarjami. Hashin means smile. Antarjami, the consciousness, is smiling. Why these people are thinking like that? So this is the ultimate, we have to reach to the consciousness. So Paramatma, Jivatma. Paramatma is formless. Jivatma with form. Paramatma is called Purusha and Jivatma called Prakriti. Paramatma is called Brahmanda. Anda means egg, is the Brahma, huge egg shape, like egg. Brahmanda, and Jivatma is called Bhanda. There's some of the Hindu, they can remember. Of course, nowadays after the death, they take and burn in that electric, that fire. So previously they used to take the water. You will see in the cinema nowadays also they are following. When a person is dead and his son or someone very nearby, he will take the pitcher full of water. You have noticed it? They will be carrying the pitcher. Bhanda. Bhanda means the pitcher. And that is earthen. It's not iron. Earthen. And then when the body is burnt, cremation is over, they will bring the water from the river and then put the water on that fire. Then afterwards break that bhanda. That means we, the Jivatma, is just like that earthen pot. Any time it can break. Any time it can break. See, look at it. How symbolic. Millions of people will be carrying that bhanda without knowing why they are carrying it. So if they know, that is the wonderful philosophy of the Hindus. Always symbolism, bhanda. And there in English they call it macrocosm, microcosm. Macro, huge. Micro, small. Swami Vivekananda, he was meditating after bathing. He was meditating somewhere in Himalaya. Under a banyan tree, he was meditating, and one of his brother disciples, he went for begging. In India, we go for begging, and Bhagavati Bhiksham Dehi. That's a very wonderful way. They asked Bhagavati, you are not an ordinary lady. You are Bhagavati. I am not asking from any lady, any human being. I am asking from the Divine Mother. Bhagavati Bhiksham Dehi. Then they will be. So that brother has gone to collect some food and meditating. Swamiji is meditating, Vivekananda. When he came, he was not interested in food at all. He said, you know, today I have solved the life's problem. What is that? What is there in the microcosm is there in the macrocosm. Everything is there. In the Vishwasat Tantra it says, Vishwasat Tantra, again, Tantra philosophy, Yad iha asti, tad annatra. Yan neha iha asti, natat kadachit. That which is not here is nowhere. And that which is here is everywhere. And that's why Vivekananda said, Jibe prem kare jai jan, shei jan seviche ishar. One who is serving the living beings, serving the God. Service to God means what? Service to God is this, the highest level. We can always go to the temple and sit before the image and meditate and all. But when you go to Ethiopia, when you go to Africa, when you go and see the people suffering, why? Here also we were seeing in the television, after that, the tornado, so many people are suffering. Of course, the American society immediately they go help, but people are suffering everywhere. And they are suffering unthinkable, unbearable. If you go and tell them, I am here, at least I will give you some solace. God is happy because, oh, God is there. Those people are not understanding that they are God. I know. From this point of view, Vivekananda is telling, service to man is service to God. From this viewpoint, service to man is service to God. My gods are those whom by mistake you call as man. Man means human. By mistake you are calling as human. Standing over here, he was criticizing the Christianity. It is a sin to call a man sinner. Why do you call sinner, sinner, sinner? What Jesus said. Kingdom of heaven is within you. How can a man be sinner? He may commit mistakes, hundreds of mistakes. Then what is there? The children are making so many mistakes constantly when they are growing up, each and every one of us. We did so many mistakes every time. And then slowly we grew up. When I was a young kid, I wanted to fire the fireworks. And when I fired, I kept it like this. It was a rocket actually. It should have been over there like this. I kept it like this without knowing and then kept the fire and lit it. And it went straight towards neighbor's room. And they were shouting, "Who is it?" And I immediately I ducked, and they could not find me out, but the others, mother and the aunties, they noticed me. Then afterwards, and it naturally it happens so many things. I burned so many things in the room. Still I feel so bad. Well, I should have that type of idea that it's going like this. I must keep it to this way. So that is a mistake we always make. And Swami Vivekananda is telling, I bless my mistakes. And because of that, I am today what I am. So this is the way always a human child grows. Similarly, we are the children of God. So obviously when we are committing mistake, maybe a very, very heinous mistake, but it's a mistake. There is no sin. So again, if you go to God and say, praying with your tears, God, I have done the mistake. Please forgive me. You are forgiven. So that is the reason. The Tantra says it is in the power of every person to accomplish all the wish. It is in the power of every person to accomplish all the wish. Whatever we like to do, we can become. And Vedanta says, King Rodashi Sake, Tui Sarva Shakti. Some of the communist people, not knowing properly about the religion, they say religion is the opium of the masses. As if religion makes people weak. Wrong. Religion never makes weak. They are utilizing religion to make people weak. That is different thing. But religion as such, religion in the truest sense of the term, religion as a theory, it doesn't weaken. Here, Tantra is telling everything is there within you. You can achieve anything. Vedanta is telling why you are crying. You are the maker of your own destiny. Kim Rodasi Sake. Sake means friend. Oh friend, why you are weeping, crying? You are having that power within you. And Vivekananda says, you are the maker of your own destiny. So don't blame others. Always say, I couldn't do it properly. Now next time, I will do it properly. What is there? That time I couldn't do. This time I will do. And I will go on doing, trying and trying. So that is the center and the root of all power is, Jiva is Kundalini Shakti. The center and the all power, the root of all Shakti, according to Tantra and Yoga, they say Kula Kundalini Shakti. That is called in the Jiva. And center at the root of consciousness in the body, it is the upper brain. It's called Sahasrara. It's called Sahasrara. The 1,000. Sahasra means 1,000. And they say this 1,000 lotus flower is there, as if like a flower, beautiful, but it has 1,000 petals. And there only consciousness is there. And that is why Ma Sharada say, never put your feet on anyone's head. One person, he was putting his feet on the head of a cat, mother saw it. He said, don't do it. Head of any jiva, any conscious being, is the seat of Guru. Guru means the God. The Tantra says Jivatma and Paramatma, when they are meeting together, that is the goal of human life. Yoga says Kulakundalini, arising from the Muladhara, traveling all through the body, merging in Sahasrara, is the goal of human life. Vedanta says Jiva in reality is consciousness. But this consciousness or Chaitanya distinguished by Upadhi. There's a terminology, Upadhi. We know the Upadhi, that Banerjee and Tripathi and these are called Upadhi, surname. No, in my passport, they made a mistake. They have made, my name is Swami Ishatmananda. Swami is the first. But they thought there's only two words, but what is the surname? The name is bigger one, okay. So they have put my name as a Ishatmananda and the surname, because the block is there, so we have to put the surname. Actually, whole name is Swami Ishatmananda. But they have taken the Swami as a surname and name as Ishat. So now I have become Ishatmananda Swami. In Middle East, they don't allow the Hindu to go over there. So one of the Swami went over there, and so many people coming and touching his feet at the airport itself. Immediately their security people came, and he was asking the organizer, who is this man? Why so many people has come to receive him? Why they are touching his feet? Then he said, no, I respect him. He's a very good man. We respect him. What is his name? Then he said, he is Ishatmananda Swami. Because in South India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, Swami is a title. So he thought he will mix in that way. So Ishatmananda Swami. Then that police officer said, he is not that Swami, it is a different Swami. So the South Indian Swami is different, and this Swami is different. So anyway, now my title, the title means Upadhi. This Upadhi here in the Vedanta, Upadhi means what? Upadhi means all these. I am a body, I am a mind, I am having the senses, I am having a name. These are all Upadhis. The moment you give up all those things, immediately you are the consciousness. Through sadhana, through austerity, Jivatma shakes off these upadhis, all these things that has attached with him, and then he realizes how aparaksha anubhuti. It's not through somebody, directly, himself. Aparaksha anubhuti. This is again the beauty of Hinduism. They never say, here it ends. And I feel that some people they are telling, this is the last person. This is and now, from now onwards, no one can realize God. This is the last. Wrong. This is a science. And the science has a method. And if you are following the method properly, you will get the same result. Otherwise, there is some mistake in the method. Obviously. So in our case, they say, this is the method. What is that method? We will see. Ashtam Marga, 8 paths, 8 different ways. You have to control your senses. And immediately you will realize the same knowledge as Buddha realized. So this is the goal. It is not that only Buddha realized and he only could do, nobody and afterwards no one can do. No, it is not. So aparaksha anubhuti. Sometimes people will be coming and asking, please pray for me, pray to God. I said, no way, you go and pray. I have so many to already, I have already given a list. Now, this in November we are going to organize a very big function. And the main thing is money. So those Sri Ramakrishna never liked money. So I go to mother, constantly asking, mother, we need money, we need support, we need this, we need that. I've already given so much a long list. Now I cannot add any more for you. So that you go in straight way and pray. What is there? Why should I be in between? Aparaksha anubhuti, direct knowledge. And that is the beauty. But again, in Hinduism, there is a Brahminism. The Brahmin means the priest. And that is their livelihood. If you go directly to the God and worship and then get all those things, how you will earn? So he stands in between and says, no, you cannot go enter into the temple. I am the only person who will enter. You cannot pray because you don't know Sanskrit. I am the person. But that's why they stopped the Veda. No one can read except the Brahmins. To keep that. There's nothing like that. These are all social evils, not religious evil. So we mix up the social evil with the religious evil. Friends, I will conclude with this. See, we have to practice vairagya, means discrimination. And we have to practice nididhyasana. Whatever we have heard, we have to keep it in our mind. Then quietly we have to see and recollect. We have to go on recollecting. That's called brooding over the thought. And problem is our ego. I consciousness. What it does, it goes to the these, and through the eye, through the ear, through the nose, and it collects the information and pours in the mind. I will block it. So I am not going to listen to it. Any moment we find something bad, I am not listening. Like that we have to brooding. And slowly, am I this body? I am now, say, this many years old. Before that, where I was. After this, where I will be. So I am not the body. I am somebody else. And the name has been given by somebody. My name, someone has given. Why am I attached to so much to this name? So this way, slowly, nididhyasana. Then we will get Ishara Pranidhana. So this way, going back to the source means going back to God or Purusha. So what is this? The yoga? Yoga means going back to the source. It is just like electricity. The electricity cannot be complete unless it comes back to the source. The moment it goes out, it travels and comes back to the source again. That is the electricity. Similarly, the Jivatma, which has come from Paramatma, from God, God has created. So where is the goal? Where will we go back? To God. And here, we are practicing now yoga. But the philosophy of the yoga mainly is the Samkhya. So Samkhya, Yoga, these are the two names they pronounce in one breath. Samkhya and Yoga. And what Samkhya says, where from the creation has come, I will just mention today. That's called, first is Purusha. Again that Purusha, as we already explained. And then the Prakriti. Prakriti means the tranquil condition of the Satya, Raja and Tama. Three gunas. See, the philosophy, Hindu philosophy is so deep, segregating everything, describing everything, understanding everything. It's not just like this. So that is why it's so difficult. And some people will simply write, Hinduism is not a religion, it's a way of life. And everybody will quote, Hinduism is not a religion, it's a way of life. What do you mean by way of life? Is it cooking something and eating? No. What do you mean by way of life? Understanding the truth and then living in that. What is the truth? God. That's why before birth, before marriage even, first thing they will take, husband and wife, they have to go before fire and they have to touch the fire and they have to take the oath. From today, we are becoming husband and wife. And then they have to take the oath that we will continue as a human being. All our progeny will be human being. So that way it goes. The Satya, Raja and Tama. Satya is the highest quality. Raja is a mixture. Tama is the lowest. So next class, we will try to explain it. So when it is in a tranquil condition, it's called Prakriti. Just the word, if you can remember, one is Purusha, another is Prakriti. And that we symbolizes as Shiva and Shakti, father and mother, the Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is one. And Prakriti is many because so many varieties. And here, from that, the moment there will be, the tranquility is broken, Sattva, Raja and Tama, they take different shape, permutation, combination, it goes on. Then, this Prakriti becomes Pradhana. The Purusha, Prakriti, tranquil condition. Purusha does nothing. He's simply waiting. And then Prakriti, the moment he is active, it's become Pradhana. And then Pradhana becomes Mahat. There's only that name. And from Mahat comes to Ahamkara and Pancha Tanmatra. Pancha Tanmatra is a subtle stage. Tanmatra, only that much. Tanmatra, only that much. How many? 5. What are those? Will come next. From Pancha Tanmatra comes Pancha Maha Bhuta. Bhuta means matter. Now it's taking the shape. What is the matter? Shiti. Shiti means the earth. Apa, water. Teja, fire. Maruta, air. Vyoma, space. This Pancha, it becomes. And from that everything, very peculiarly, without any laboratory, how they could find out this table made of wood and me and this microphone, all are made of same thing. Panchatanmatra. And that is why when we are doing the Arati, these 5 things we are showing. So this, from Mahat comes Ahamkara and Panchatanmatra. From Panchatanmatra, Pancha Mahabhuta. And from Ahamkara, egoism, I, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Jnanendriya and Mana. So this is the total 24 plus 1. 1 means Purusha. And 24 Prakriti. And that is symbolized in the life of Sri Krishna. When he was a young boy of 8 years old, he was standing on a tree branch and all the ladies were bathing as if he has taken away all the clothes. So the 24 ladies coming and begging to the Purusha, please give me our clothings. Clothings means upadhi. Upadhi means again all this. We make it in a different way, worldly way. And we criticize Krishna. But when Krishna went to the Kurukshetra, he was only 16 years old. And he was only 8 or 9 years old. Without knowing, we are all talking like this. So this is the symbolization of a great philosophy. Thank you, friends. We begin with Mana, our mind. That is again, come back to the, say, as they call in English, once again we are in the same square one. What is the square one? It is one, our mind. And this mind, through this mind, which is already turbulent, we have to control our senses. And then we have to control our ego, chastise our ego. And then, as Sri Ramakrishna said in Bengali, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. Janjal means all these dirty things will go over. How? If you can control your ego. Ami mole, all problems will be solved. From our next class again the next Sunday morning, we will discuss about all these things. Come, we'll again chant from here and conclude. So from now onwards, we have to keep an eye on our mind, where it is going, like a private detective. We have to constantly observe in our mind. So many things we have already read. I will recite one line and you please repeat. Mano Buddha Hamkara Chittanina Naja Shotra Juve च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमि न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूप